On your grind, hey, when you speak your mind, hey, you speak your mind, shit, shout out, speak your mind, hey, on your grind, wait, when you speak your mind,
Tuned into
Speak Your Mind 2.0 SYM Networks. Speak Your Mind.
Aye.
We back.
What's going on? Speak Your Mind 2.0. It's your boy Seth.
It's your boy Ty.
What is this? Monday.
June 27th.
There you go, sir.
It is officially Kansas season.
Cancer season. Sorry, nah. Sorry, nah. Shout out to all my Aquariuses out there. But yes, it is Monday the 27th.
At the time of this recording.
At the time of this recording. Shit, what's going on, Ty?
Boy, another list to talk about. A lot of stuff done happened in the past week and a half. So let's get into it.
Basically.
So starting off first with sports, we just want to give a quick shout out to the Golden State Warriors and the Colorado Avalanche for winning the championships in their respective sports. Warriors being NBA champions for the fourth time, and Colorado Avalanche winning the Stanley Cup over the Tampa Bay Lightning or something.
Yeah, Tampa Bay Lightning.
So just want to give a quick shout out to them real quick, and just real quick, just touching on the Warriors and Boston Celtics Game 6 game. I mean, ain't really nothing left to say because we did all the reaction. We did all the breakdowns on our reaction. By the way, keep running those numbers up. We are finally over 100 views, so keep running those numbers up.
Big facts.
So just overall, though, I mean, and Loki, you know what? Now I'm gonna dive into this real quick since this man is on the screen at the time of this recording.
Mr. Kevin. I mean, he was already a topic, anyways.
Right, but just the bottom line is he got 2 rings with Golden State, then he left, wanted to do his own thing, but yet it still shows to this day Golden State is a championship winning team with or without Kevin Durant.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, which I think a lot of sports analysts question is, did KD make a mistake leaving Golden State?
In my opinion, for what? Just to catch rings and win?
I guess so.
In that aspect, yes, because I don't know if he's going to
ever win another ring.
I don't know. Let me not say ever win another ring, but it's going to be very hard for him to catch one, especially with the way that everything is shaping up right now.
Especially in Brooklyn.
Yes. But he is he's definitely a championship caliber player. So I don't know. I feel like it's just at this point in time in his career, I feel like you have to have the right pieces to go with him right now.
And it's like one of those pieces might be rejoining LeBron in LA. We can't deny nor confirm that. But the rumor is, if the Nets don't reach a deal with Kyrie, the teams like the Lakers and a few other teams that I can't remember off the top of my head.
I was about to say it was the Lakers. It was us, the Heat.
I don't want in Miami. I'm sorry.
I mean,
I don't.
It just depends. It depends.
It depends on the Lakers too because they still got Russ in that contract.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, we got just being a Heat fan for a second, we have a lot of contracts that we got on our table too. I mean, dealing with Kyle Lowry, dealing with Jimmy, dealing with Bam. We just paid Bam big money. Like
I think
last
he
year
deserved it though.
Yeah, he deserved it, but I'm just saying trying to take on another big name and for what he's probably going to be asking for, that's a lot.
But that's why I'm saying we don't need Kyrie.
And then we got the Tyler Hero situation which I believe we should pay him. But I've been getting having my little debates at work and stuff with some of my coworkers. They keep on telling me we should have paid him the year prior before he got the Sixth Man of the Year.
I understand.
I understand that, but at the same time, it's what have you done for me lately? Did you win the Sixth Man of the Year last year? No. So you did not. You don't get the money. Just period. So it's like that. Those are the things that I'm looking at. But who else did he say? The 76ers?
No.
That'll be very interesting.
No, I don't see him and Joel Embiid getting along like that.
Shoot, they would have to move James Harden again.
Dang, that's right. Yeah, I forgot.
And I forget there was another team too, but those were like the main hitters that.
And by say Kyrie just got done playing with Harden in Brooklyn. You want to play with him again in Philly?
I was about to say we see how that turned out in the first place, anyway.
Exactly, but it looks like the Lakers might be the best valuable option for him to go to if all else fails. I mean,
because I seen them talking about like trade packages to get Kyrie. They would have to trade like AD. They would have to figure out what they would do with Russ just to bring.
I mean, honestly, at this point, when it comes to AD, is like he's becoming a liability right now
for sure.
because them legs are beyond shattered glass.
They call him SC for a reason.
So, but
Street clothes.
it's just like at the end of the day, LeBron's not getting any younger. He's getting older. You know, his body can only take so much.
And I also heard that. I mean, this is from Stephen A. You know, he was giving his little take if he was like a GM or something like that. But he was saying the Lakers should consider trading LeBron to see what kind of assets they could get to build for the future.
Really?
Yeah.
So if that was the case, where would they trade him to?
That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, you're not. But his argument was, and I agree with, is you're not going to get any compensation equal value for LeBron. So, how do you move with that? How do you what do you really take and accept from these other teams and what they offer? So, I mean, you gotta pull out the whole Brinks truck for the Lakers to get LeBron for real. You gotta drop like the next 3 first-round picks you got. You gotta give up like 2 star players. I don't know. You just gotta do a lot. But
at this point, just keep LeBron in LA.
Yeah, I feel like
to save you all the trouble. Just save him. Just keep him in LA.
But you know, I'm not throwing out Cleveland.
That's a possibility. Now he did say too, he's trying to hold off until Bronny gets into the league, and he said wherever Bronny goes, I'm gonna play with him.
Right.
And I feel like if he does that, he'll hang it up. But for right now, like say if Bronny does go to Cleveland, that'll be Cleveland. They'll know how to make room for Bron. They'll know that
they shipping everybody they got.
Like, hey, you gone. Bron coming back so we can play with his son. So yeah.
Basically.
So, but yeah, just overall though, man, just how I'm seeing this whole thing with like KD and the Warriors is just more so the fact like KD, bro, they shown you in 2015 that they can win without you. They didn't need you. And then you got literally 2016. You could have easily beaten them, but y'all choked. And then
big choke.
And then 2017 and 18, you said, "Yeah, I want to come join y'all." What? And then you had the nerve to get mad at people for criticizing you for joining a team that you were literally up in the series on, but you let them come back and beat you.
See that? I mean, and that's how I feel like him and LeBron are different. Because
they're way different.
LeBron definitely did not go to a team that beat his ass.
Exactly. If he would have went to Boston in 2011, this would have been totally different.
Yeah, we would be having a fucking bonfire right now.
Exactly. But the fact that he went to Miami, a team that had not won a championship 5 years prior, he got crucified for it because he went on national TV and said it instead of just telling his agent, "Hey, I'm gonna go play in Miami."
See, and that's where we go back to that story. I feel like that's where he messed up at.
That's the only mess up he had.
If he didn't do that, we would probably looking at LeBron in a different way.
LeBron critics still gonna say something, but just still overall though, like like you just said, LeBron and KD storylines totally different, and I feel like KD should have got more heat for that. Yeah, for that because again, you joined a team that you could have beat.
Right. So do you think KD is going to stay in Brooklyn, or do you think he's going to try and exercise his free agent clause,
I mean, at this point, I would, man, because it's like I feel like the Nets, they're not going to, match. They're not going to pay Kyrie because it's like he was a distraction to them as far as the whole, COVID and vaccine.
COVID is over with, though. Quote unquote, yes. But that's what I'm saying.
But I just feel like from an organization standpoint, they were just like, dude, we understand where you coming from, but it's like we paying you this money and you ain't playing, man. Like, can you we're not again? They're not saying shut up and play, but it's like, dude, do you want this money?
Do you want to be here,
or do you want this money we're paying you? Because we can literally end this right now and pay someone else that's willing to play. Bottom line,
understandable. Do you think Kyrie's out the door? Do you think he's out? They're not going to bring him back?
No, they're not going to bring him back.
Interesting.
And I feel like he wants to get out of Brooklyn because he knows what he did. And in a way, that's why I can low-key respect him because he knows all the actions he's done. He can stand on it.
I got you.
So
I don't know. I feel like we might see him back in Brooklyn. I don't know. That's just my little prediction. I feel like they're both not going nowhere. I think they're going to give it one more shot because, this year was crazy. He didn't play half the season damn near. And, in the playoffs, I mean, if he got the rec that he needed, I feel like they could have had a better shot than what they had. But, that's just me. So we'll see. Time will tell.
Definitely will. So now, real quick to wrap up basketball talk. Who do we pick up in the draft?
We got I forget his name, but he's a dude from Serbia. So basically, we got
our version of Luka.
Yeah, we basically got our version of Luka. He's a forward, 6'10".
Okay, so we got a somewhat good big man.
Yeah, we definitely, like you just said. You said in the last.
Because I'm sorry, Bam with his body type cannot play big man. I'm sorry,
bro. He's
6'9" and muscular. That's it.
I had because Bam went to Baylor. And
He did?
Yes. And I had reservations on him long time ago before we even picked him up. I said he's just athletic Dwight Howard that dunks. Granted, he has a little bit more skill set because he's developed a shot, but nigga's just athletic. So it's like we needed, and we were trying to put him at the 5.
No.
So I definitely feel like this is a good pickup for us. We getting more size in the interior. That's
the main thing we need. We have everything else in the way.
But the question is he going to be is he going to
contribute right away?
Right away.
That we will see.
I don't think so because we're known for like building niggas up in the G League and then letting them just.
But I feel like with this new style of defense that we have, we'll be okay.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, that's our little take on the Heat. Granted, we'll be back next year, like I said.
Yeah.
We'll be back next year.
Now my favorite topic to talk about, college football. A lot of recruiting stuff happened over the past, let's say, week and a half, 2 weeks. But to start things off,
hook 'em horns.
Hook 'em down for right now. I'm sorry. These niggas ain't back. I'm sorry. But they landed arguably probably the most talked about high school recruit in this year's recruiting class in 2023, and I'm talking about no other than a legacy name. Maybe
in the world, high key.
Arch Manning is committed to Texas University, and at the time, and he did I would say this, so he did a great job of keeping this all his recruiting stuff low key. Like he wasn't really on social media all like that. He just,
in my opinion, I would have really went to Ole Miss, yo. I would have went to Ole Miss. I feel like. Granted, I understand Steve Sarkisian, his resume. He's put like 5 quarterbacks in the first round, and they're all doing very well. But
it's Texas at the end of the day.
Right, it's Texas. But I'm looking at Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin is a genius in his own right when it comes to offense. And
I'll say that they're both similar, but this is how I feel about it. One. You have Quinn Ewers still on your roster, let alone Malik Murphy.
All right, before you get into that, one of them's leaving. Who's
That's
leaving?
What I'm saying.
Who's leaving?
That's what I'm saying. And I hate to say it, Malik Murphy going to be the one leaving.
All right.
I hate to say it.
I think it's Quinn. Quinn's going to leave again.
But, hey, I would not rule that out, though. I would not rule that out.
Because he's got this 1 year to show what – because I feel like he might be the starter this year.
We'll see when they fall camp comes around because they have – because I think they still have Hudson Card from Lake Travis who's still there, or I think they got a lot of QBs that they got to handle. But Quinn is like, dude, you did all of this recruiting back and forth with us and with Ohio State and Texas. Then you ultimately end up back at Texas once that NIL deal passed in the state of Texas.
He said, "Oh, I can get money now." Ooh.
Hey, I'll say deuces. But
you can take that Corvette back.
Yeah, but then it's like now here comes Arch Manning, who will be literally right behind you, and he is thinking he's gonna know in his head. Like, granted, I'm a freshman, but nigga, I feel like I can start too.
I'm that nigga. But do you know
my family?
Do you look at my last name?
Do you know my uncles?
Right. Look at my last name.
4 Super Bowls combined. Like I know this. I does this.
Basically.
Granted, they say he plays in a JV league in high school, but we ain't gonna talk about that right now.
Oh, I'm so weak.
But my thing is just like with Sarkisian and Kiffin is just they need to match the style of defense with their offense. That's the only way they will get recruits on a consistent basis, given the states that they're in.
Right.
Because basically they're both in SEC territory, with Texas and Oklahoma becoming full members of the SEC next year or the following year.
Yeah, the following year.
So, but yeah, it's just more so the fact if y'all's defense can be legit like your offense is projected to be, y'all would actually keep a lot more players in state like y'all should.
I agree.
But with Texas, it's just like it's a hit or miss. Y'all get all these recruits, but it's like y'all miss out on the top recruits in your state that are 5 stars. They're either going to now A&M and just other places in general.
Right.
You know,
I just like I was about to say with Lane Kiffin, the offense is there, and I mean, if I was Arch Manning, you know, I already got the last name. Like I'm already.
But I feel like he didn't want to be in Eli's shadow though.
I mean, his dad Cooper went to
Ole Miss
too, so he would have been under his dad and
Eli. But that's still gonna be more pressure knowing that you already a Manning and you the number 1 recruit. Now you're going to a college where both your daddy and your uncle played at.
I understand, but I'm just saying, you know,
it would be the same thing if Tennessee was one of his picks.
Right, true. I understand that, but I'm saying from the standpoint of you already got the last name, you already insured niggas to look at you in the NFL. Period. Like that's a foregone conclusion. I just need someone that will help me showcase my talent, and I feel like Lane Kiffin has an offense that can showcase his talent. He would have probably thrown for like 5,000 yards this year or the following year, being under Lane Kiffin. But I feel like he's going to do the same thing with Sarkisian too. So.
But that's the thing, though. When will he start? Because again, Quinn Ewers and Malik Murphy are still there. Now, granted, Malik Murphy will be probably transferring out his sophomore year.
Mm-hmm. See, he would have started immediately if he went to Ole Miss. So
you know what I'm saying? So that's that. But just he committed to Texas. But and also too, and this is going to segue into like Ohio State's recruiting. They're talking about like they can't wait to see Dylan Raiola and Arch Manning in 2025 when we start our home series with Texas. So
that's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good, but that's 3 years down the line. We ain't there right now. But
hey, 3 years gonna sneak up on you fast as fuck. So.
Right. But speaking of Ohio State, I've been saying this since 2018 when the whole Zach Smith, Urban Meyer debacle bullshit happened. Brian Hartline he's the GOAT of recruiting receivers. Like, can we disagree on that?
I'm going to give him his applause because he definitely y'all definitely doing y'all thing with the receivers.
And just literally like, cause I knew when I heard he was back on the staff around 2017, 2018. I'm like, he gonna have to be the wide receiver coach because he played at Ohio State. He had a great career at Ohio State and in the NFL. Like, he knows his stuff. I feel like he knew how to develop receivers. Then lo and behold, Zach Smith, he out the door. Brian Hartline steps in as an interim wide receiver coach. He did what he did with the receivers we had that year, and then from 2019 to now, he's been unstoppable. Mm-hmm. And I'm saying that because we landed 3 of the top 10 receivers in the 2023 class, with Brandon Ennis being, being the number 2 wide receiver in the class, Carnell Tate being the number 3 wide receiver in 2023, and then finishing it off with Noah Rogers, who's the number 9 receiver in the 2023 class. And not to mention, too, we also have a sleeper 4-star receiver out of Cali who did his thing in the Las Vegas 707 tournament. So, but just those 4 in total, along with the other receivers we got in the previous class, who will be on campus soon. This goes to show you, like, this dude knows talent when he sees it, and the type of receivers we're getting. Someone said it, like, we're kind of getting out of like the typical 6'3", in between 6'3", 6'5" big receiver, and where now we're going more so like the 6'2" receiver that's more technically sound and
more speed.
Mm-hmm. And I was
gonna say that because that fits your guys' offense and your offensive MO. So it's like you guys want a lot of receivers to get those yak yardage. You guys want a lot more players that can just get in open field, open space,
and do their thing.
Yeah, and cut loose. So
literally, Jackson and Smith and Jib is a prime example of that. Like, because his recruiting was crazy. Like, I feel like him and CJ Stroud's recruiting was
similar. That a little Atlanta slang?
I didn't mean that. But just both of them going back to the 2020 class, like, both of them started out low. But then once all the camps happened, and then with Stroud with the Elite 11 happened, and then the opening that happened, both of them just steady climb to the top of their recruiting. And then Jackson, I think both of those guys were like the last, respective position players to be called to the opening and the Elite 11, because the thing was, DJ Uyunglele, he pulled out of the Elite 11 in 2020 because he said he didn't want to mess up his recruiting status, which I understand that. So what happened next? They called C.J. Stroud up.
Say that one more time. Sprout.
Shut up. They called C.J. Stroud, and then he got to the Elite 11 and he won it. Jackson Smith and Jigba, I think he was the last receiver picked to come to the opening, and he was balling out. And so, lo and behold, they both ended up at Ohio State, and now we about to see 7-11 for probably one more year.
In these streets.
Shut up. But, yeah, just overall, man, what Brian Harline is doing with these receivers and just now with him being, added to the passing court, being added as a passing coordinator, I just feel like now he can finally implement his mindset on how to get, receivers and tight ends open on the offensive side too. Mm-hmm. Now, with all that happening on the offensive side, I feel like now with Ohio State's recruiting,
we can focus on that defense.
We can finally, start tapping into our defensive side. Now, I feel like we about to get a D lineman commitment coming soon. Another DB, well, 2 DB commits. I feel like will be coming soon too, and also too just knocking in on those 5-star players that are out there too that I feel like can be an asset to us. So I feel like if we do that, we'll be fine. Now Michigan on the other hand, I mean, I had hope for y'all, but it's just like, let me just say this, and you're gonna agree with me on this. Anytime where there's a year that Michigan has a chance to be great, they always shoot themselves in their own foot. And I mean that is like 2021, y'all finally snapped that 10-year streak of losing to us. So y'all right, respectful minds, feel like y'all was the top dog. Mm-hmm. Actually, y'all not, but we'll just leave it at that. But
anyway,
y'all had all the momentum to show recruits, hey, look, granted, it took us 10 years to beat the team that we could have been easily beat, or we could have made this rivalry close, but we beat them. Y'all see what we doing on offense. Our defense is different and better and faster. Come play with us. Not the case, because again, 2 weeks ago, CJ Card, another legacy name, decides to go to Notre Dame, and now is looking like the number 1 player in y'all state, Dante Moore, is about to head out west to Oregon. Mm-hmm. And it's like, again, Harbaugh having this image of being a QB guru, not so much, because now JJ has to play all 4 years at QB until y'all get like a decent backup.
Well, I think we're still in the running for Jaden Daniels or Davis. So
we'll see how that turns out.
That's 20. He's coming. He would be 2024. So, and yeah. I feel like, I mean, it just depends on what JJ does these next 2 years. Because again, he's going to start somewhere in between the middle of the year, regardless. Cade's not about to be the starter for the rest of the year or for the whole year. My fault. But JJ is definitely going to start somewhere in the middle of the year. Then he's going to go into 23 with having the full season to himself. And then, yeah, I mean, it's going to come down to like, hey, what are we doing that following year to ensure that, we don't have a big ass dip in recruiting or just talent in general.
So my question is, like, why do you feel like y'all missed out on top QBs like Card and Moore?
I don't know. In all reality, what I'm seeing is the running attack. I mean, granted, of course, you want to have a great balance of run pass option, but especially last year, we've seen that we heavily focus on the running game. But our offensive line was the top 10, close to top 5, I believe, in the nation, in yards.
On the ground?
Yeah, yards on the ground. So, I mean, I understand, that's our bread and butter. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So that's the mindset that I'm seeing. But at the same time, we gotta get with the times, especially with the NIL. I mean, just a lot of things that we're.
I feel like y'all not even touching y'all NIL money right now.
That's the thing. I mean, I don't think we are either, because I feel like, Harbaugh has came out and said it, and even crazy enough, JJ has kind of said the same kind of sentiments to what Harbaugh was saying. It was like, if you come to Michigan, we want you to be here, basically just to, how can I say it?
Basically, we're not gonna pay you. We want you here to play actual football, not be here and try to get paid.
Yeah, in that light, yeah. But they I guess they're trying to boost it up and say, like, you know, it's more of an experience here at the University of Michigan, not just, hey, we're going to give you this paycheck and go out and play. We want you to actually help you further your life and be beyond football type deal.
But that's also where,
and that's good.
But
that's
also
good.
too, that's where NIL still can play a factor in it, because again, if you have a high caliber football player that's worth the money that they're willing to pay him, say if something doesn't work out, say if he gets like career-ending injury, guess what? The money he's got endorsed from NIL, guess what? He can take that money and then use it for his degree or start his own form of business on what he wants to do with his life, so that he doesn't be just flat out like the typical college player would be back in the day. Like, if you get hurt, hey, sorry, can't do nothing for you. Scholarship taken away. Like you will have something to fall back on with the money that you generated from the NIL.
Right.
So
and I agree with that. I mean, I get what they're saying, and I agree with those sentiments, but at the same time, it's still very jaded in a way. You still got to get with the times and see what is appealing to these kids. This is a different generation. I see that every day. I'm like, damn, I feel old as fuck. And I'm only 25. And these niggas out here.
I was just at a 2000s party, and the funny thing is, like, the older millennials, they were in high school when all the when really pretty much when all the fire music was out. We were coming up in the midst of all of that.
And so we know it, but we don't know it. If that. We the middle child of the millennials. Right.
I'll just say that, but it's just more so the fact, like, again, like now it's like kids like us, again, high caliber athletes. They want to be compensated somehow, some way, because again, universities like a Michigan, like Ohio State, like a USC, like in Alabama, they bringing in billions of dollars each year from the athletic department. And you mean to tell me the athletes that are putting their bodies on the line every time they play, they can't get no compensation from that? Like, come on now. And I just feel like with a school like Michigan, who has a great prestige about them just as an overall university, y'all should have enough money to start paying athletes. I'm just saying, Hold
on. We better get on a tangent real quick because we're watching TV right now. But
at the time of this recording,
they're saying Colin Kaepernick, because we kind of alluded to Cap getting his trial with the Raiders.
They saying it was a disaster.
Yeah, Warren Sapp, quote, said Colin Kaepernick's workout with the Raiders was a disaster. How do we take this information, Ty?
I don't even know, man. I just don't know. I just feel like at this point,
is it going to be time for him to hang it up now?
I mean, he's been hanging up just blackball style, but at this point,
so
I just think that second gear that he could have had if he was still playing is gone.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it sucks to hear them say like it was a disaster. I'm like, damn, what happened?
Exactly, what happened?
How was it a disaster? Was the throws not looking right? Like, was his mechanics?
Yeah, was his mechanics not the best? Granted, and at the time of this recording, what we seen, I was seeing some of the throws and his mechanics. I'm like,
that looked like normal. I mean, to me, that looked like normal Colin Kaepernick. But I mean,
just I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's very sad to see him just like wither away like this. Like all he was trying to do was just take a stance, and it was not even against the military. It was just.
But the thing that people don't want to allude to, a military man told him to take a knee.
Right.
That's the thing. If a military man is telling a player to take a knee, I'm gonna do it. Bottom line. But people don't want to hear about that. They just want to see, Colin Kaepernick, he's not standing for the national anthem. And he said exactly why he's doing it. It's not about the flag. It's about the injustice that black people suffer on this continent every single time, and nothing gets done about it. It's like they get away scot-free with killing innocent people. That's what his stance was. But at the time, who was in office, and at the time of the league, nobody want to hear that.
Yeah.
So
we were definitely in a different time period when that was going on.
Exactly.
A lot more was going on. So everybody was on high alert. But
Right.
it just sucks to see him. I mean, like we said, it sucks to see Cam like this. It sucks to see Colin like this. You know,
It's just sad.
yeah.
But it's also sad too to know that Tyreek Hill's getting death threats about Mahomes.
My homeboy. All right. Well, basically, Tyreek Hill has been in the media. You know, since he got traded to the Dolphins from the Kansas City Chiefs. You know, he's been trying to boost his new quarterback up to a tolerable. Ooh, no, I'm gonna just say Tua. There we go. I'm gonna just say Tua. But yeah, he's been trying to boost Tua up and make sure, like, you know, he shows that he's on his side and all that good stuff. But I honestly don't know what was actually said to the standpoint for him to get death threats about Mahomes. I think he was saying, like, you know, I think he was saying, like, he kind of made Mahomes, if I am remembering correctly. But
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, I wouldn't
per se, because me personally, I feel like the most of Mahomes' targets in the web were going towards either Kelsey or Hill.
But you gotta think about it though. Who, in my opinion, I think Kelsey is really his number one.
That's what I'm thinking too. You know, Tyreek, you was like in a way like the secondary option if, you know, the plan wasn't for for Travis Kelsey to get open.
Because he's the tight end. You know, it's easier to hit your check down tight end than, you know, throw a 50-yard bomb to a 5'10" slot receiver.
Or even just a wide receiver screen or like a nice little hitch route or whatever.
Yeah. So, but it's still very outlandish for the
death threats.
Yeah, for the death threats, because, you know, he helped y'all get a chip. So I'm just like,
I don't know. I haven't read too much into it. I'm just like, when you send me the notes, I'm like, wait, this nigga getting death threats from talking about what he said about Mahomes? Like,
yeah, I'm just confused myself though. I'm like, you know, he put in the work. He helped y'all get this championship. I feel like he was a pivotal point in helping Mahomes develop into the player that he is now. So it's like, and I get it though, because it's like, dude, y'all just traded me out the blue. Like, what the fuck?
I think so. You think he's just saying this out of frustration with
the
Chiefs
sure.
organization?
I think so.
But Mahomes is taking all the heat.
Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
Now, if that's the case, then it's like, all right, bro, you ain't got to talk about Mahomes like that. He ain't done nothing to you, man.
I agree with that, but I think it's coming from a place of hurt. I don't think he's actually just coming out
spewing all that,
saying a whole bunch of crazy stuff about Mahomes. But, you know, it's just like, dang, we've been through all this. We did multiple playoff runs, and now y'all just dubbed me and trade me off to Miami. Granted, you know,
do they play each other this upcoming season?
I don't know if the AFC East plays the West. I don't think so. I
was about to say, if they do,
that's gonna be a game. That's gonna be a game if they do that.
Right. So, but also too, we just want to give a quick shout out to former Ravens linebacker Jaylon Ferguson, who passed away at the age of 26. So
yes,
rest in peace to him.
I feel like it's been very. I don't know. I don't want to say.
They did say what the cause of his death was.
I think they said natural causes, so maybe a heart attack, but I don't know what that means because he was 26. I'm like, how can you die from natural causes at the age of 26? But
we don't know.
I don't know. But it's just crazy to me that we're seeing all these players just die, like, out of nowhere too. And it's just like, bro, what is going on with our NFL players? Oh shit, that nigga! You see that? Speaking of Mahomes, we just seen him just throw a no-look sidearm pass. I'm like, hold on, what the hell? But regardless, though, like I was saying, it's just sad to see all these players just
that are tragically passing at the ages that there are, because they're our age and they're in our age bracket, so it kind of hits home, like, because we don't know them, but it's like, again, we share something. We share the same age bracket,
right?
You know, and then also too, not one but two trials are about to start soon with Deshaun Watson and Brittany Griner. With Deshaun Watson's hearing,
what? Brittany Griner. Finish about Deshaun, but I will ask you about Brittany Griner. What?
Yeah, so Deshaun Watson's hearing is about to start on Tuesday, and I want to say either Brittany Griner's her hearing either started today or is coming up soon. Okay. Not trial, but
hearing.
Hearing. I meant to say that.
Okay. Do you think she's actually going to come home now? Do you think?
Look, at this point, bottom line is, I feel like she should have never been over there in Russia at the time of what was going on between them and Ukraine and us, because we were in the midst of all of that too, with us being allies with Ukraine. So I just felt like her going over there, having that vape pen, was just something Russia needed to be like, hey, look, we got one of y'all over here.
I was
Y'all
about to
really
say,
wanna
but she plays basketball over there though.
She played over there?
She's in the league over there, I believe.
Okay, well that I didn't know. I just assumed she was still playing in WNBA.
Because I think that's when they were off. They were off.
They had like their own little lockout.
Not lockout. I think they were just on their off season over here, and
she chose to play overseas.
Because that's what they do. Like most WNBA players play overseas.
Okay, but that I didn't know.
Yeah, they don't make enough money over here, so they play overseas.
That I didn't know. So I'll refrain from that statement that I made. But still, though, I just felt like she knew what was going on between Russia and Ukraine, and I just felt like her having that vape pen on her was just something for Russia to be like, vape pen, lock her up, throw away the key, she ain't getting out.
She American? Oh, come with me. Come here.
Exactly, but I just feel like, okay, she's been in there for how many months?
I believe since February.
She been in there for half the year.
Yeah, for real.
Just let her out.
Think about that though. She's been in there for half the year. I can only imagine what they put her through in a Russian jail cell.
I don't.
I can we see Taken. We seen all them foreign movies where they got Americans in jail cells. Just imagine what that really looks like in real life.
I don't.
We heard it firsthand from A$AP Rocky when he was over in Switzerland. Them niggas was peeing on him. Them niggas had him in pitch black, cold ass jail cell, brick wall everywhere, for nothing. Niggas overseas do not play, so that's my only thing.
I feel like they don't play when it comes to Americans.
Yeah, but we also gotta be cognizant of their rules too. I feel like that's what our issue is too.
Because we're under a democracy country, right? Other countries like that, they're not. They actually are under someone ruling, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
What's the name of that? I know what it is. I just can't say it.
Not a dictatorship. You're
not a dictatorship, but it's like
it's more like a socialist kind of like government. So like you still have that one main person, but they still try to act like they break it up in different ways. But it's still under one person. So
yeah,
it's mostly Putin is a dictator.
Yeah,
let's keep it a buck.
Yeah, he's a dictator.
He's a dictator, but,
for sure. But I really hope she comes home because again, at this point, it's pointless. Like, just what are you gonna do with her? Like, you really gonna give her 10 years over a vape pen when I know there's more drugs that y'all can buzz people for than that.
They're doing heroin. They do heroin out there for fun. Let's be real. Russians are insane. Those dudes are crazy. So you will never catch me trying to fight a Russian. None of them, because you got it, bro. They
killing you with the accent.
They killing me with their death stares. They can say, I don't even know what they're or how they say.
You just know it's aggressive. Like, you know what? I don't want this smoke.
Yeah, I'm cool. You got it.
I don't want
this
smoke. I don't want this vodka. I'm good.
You got it. Exactly. Oh, don't let them drink some vodka. You definitely got that one. Man.
Right.
It ain't for me.
So, but real quick though, before we wrap up with that, just on to Deshaun Watson real quick. Like, again, I'm just gonna keep saying it's like they really are trying to tear a black man down because he wanted out of a place that he just didn't feel comfortable playing in.
Mm-hmm. But now, okay, I guess we gotta look at it like this. So even though we know that the Texans
had a hand in this,
had a hand in this and gave him the NDA and all that stuff, does it still give him the right to be doing what he?
No, it doesn't. But this is where
I was trying to talk to my lady about this. I was saying, like, yes, it does not make it right for him to go out and do those things, but when you have an organization with that kind of money telling you, we got you. What?
It's a setup.
Yeah, and it's not even a setup.
It's not even just them. This is where I hold the women accountable too. If he was actually doing the stuff that y'all said he did,
and we do not know,
we don't know. But why would y'all continue the service if you felt uncomfortable in that moment?
But at the same time, that's the NDA tie. So it's like the NDA, once you sign that non-disclosure agreement.
Forget the NDA. I'm talking about your actual mindset, your own person. If you know for a fact that, and I'm just saying this as in general, whether it's a guy or a female, if you are getting a massage, whether you're a female masseuse or you're a male masseuse, if you are massaging the opposite sex and they start to get a little bit more into the massage than you are, as far as like, doing your actual job and rubbing spots that they want, massage, but if they are actually giving into it as far as getting more horny, let's just give it a buck. If you know for a fact this is not what you signed up for, like to give them a happy ending,
right?
Why would you still continue that service as the employee? Not forget the NDA. You as an employee know, hey, I know me touching you in certain spots is going to arouse you, but I'm not here for that. I'm here to, do my job, what I practice for, to make sure you come out feeling good. But now you making yourself feel extremely better than what you came into and in the midst of everything. And again, as the person doing the service, why would you say in that when you know you're in an uncomfortable situation? And my thing for the females that are accusing him of doing such things, why did y'all say, especially this last one? Because again, it does not make sense for you to get ejaculated on your face and then proceed to still give him a massage. That makes no sense.
She like that shit. She probably.
There's a reaction. There's a chiseled Adonis video we gonna react to low-key next week, but I'm just gonna save it for that because what you just said is gonna tie into that video.
I'm sorry.
So, but that's just my thing. Like, if you know off the top of your head this ain't right, why would you still be in that?
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the Texans knew what they were getting him into, though. Like, you're not gonna hand somebody
an NDA
like that and think like they don't feel like they're gonna be untouchable, and especially if you're backing them like that, bro, that's fucked up. And then to switch on them like that is insane. Like, that is crazy to me. So it's like, I feel like, yes, it's not, if Deshaun Watson did do those things and carry out, definitely he needs to have a stern talking to. But
if he didn't,
but I'm still on the point of, like, the Texans gave him the green light to do this. Like, they need some form of accountability for this. He should not be the sole person in this. The Texans definitely need to be looked at in this part, in this.
And it's like, again, I feel like they said, you know what, you went out so bad, all right, bet.
That's literally what it is. It's like, bro, he wanted out, and they're like, oh, you think you think you can get out?
You think it's gonna be this easy?
You forgot we got this NDA in our hands, right? So I'm just like,
it don't make sense. But hopefully, Brittany Griner can come back home and Deshaun Watson's name can finally get cleared of all these bullshit allegations because
he's still not playing this year. I hope everybody knows that.
We'll see.
He's not playing. He's getting suspended. He is definitely getting suspended.
We'll see. And granted, that money's guaranteed too. So.
Oh yeah, I mean he chilling at the crib, but he's still not playing. No, he's not going to touch no field.
So now, pop culture wise, a lot of music has dropped over the past week and a half or 2 weeks.
Oh man!
Now the obvious names on this list, had their respective, albums or song drop. Drake dropping his disaster of an album.
All right, so I want to get into that for a second. All right, so yes, like Ty just said, Drake dropped a surprise album. Was that last week or 2 weeks ago?
Last week. It's 2 weeks. We'll say 2 weeks.
We'll say 2 weeks. So yeah, he dropped the album 2 weeks ago, surprise album, and first listen, I was definitely very confused on what the hell I listened to. Not gonna lie to you, but as I kind of like reflected on it and listened to it more and more, I understood, one, it is not a hip-hop album. It is not categorized as a hip-hop album. So we as hip-hop fans and people that love the genre, we have to get that out of our heads. This is a dance album. It clearly says dance. When you look on Apple Music, Spotify, all them shits, that is the genre of this. So With that being said, dance music, house music, is becoming very popular. Is starting to bubble and fit.
I feel like it has, but it just never got into the height.
Yeah, the mainstream.
The mainstream like it should have been.
But now it is. We're seeing like the dance scene, the club scene, Jersey club, Miami club type beats come to the forefront now. So this is what this was. Granted, I'll say this. It makes a lot of sense for, worldwide perspective and marketing, because hip hop is still U.S. based. Granted, you got all these other rappers in other countries, but
it started in the U.S.
Yeah, it started in the U.S.
It blossomed into what it is now.
But you got to think about all these different sounds that are in the world and stuff. So we gotta get our minds out of that tunnel vision real quick. So I'm not here to condemn Drake for doing this album. I just wish he would have packaged it a lot better and told us what the fuck we were getting, because I was highly pissed.
Because again, when I heard about this, I'm like, wait a minute, he dropping an album? I'm like, wait, what's going on? Because I hit up my friend on IG and I'm like, wait, he dropping an album? She said, yeah. I'm like, I didn't hear no promotion from this at all. She said that's the point. I'm like, all right. So literally, I ain't listening to the entire album because you had to have SoundCloud Plus to listen to the full album.
I'm sorry.
But the song I listened to was low-key the only one.
Apple Music time.
The song that I listened to that I actually did like was the song with him and 21 Savage.
That was the only rap song on there.
The only one that I liked, and that was it. I'm like,
but I will tell you this though, the rest of that album, we have to be out. Like, we have to go to like an event. We gotta go to like a party. Like, that's that for real. That type of music. Like,
is that type of party album?
Yes.
So you can't listen to it by yourself.
No, not necessarily. So all right, what can I tie this to? If we go to damn, I'm trying to think of a place out here.
If this place was open, so like if BBR was open, we probably would hear this there.
Certain songs.
Brothers.
I'll give you Cantina.
Cantina.
I say Cantina. If we go to Cantina, if we go to
not Living Room,
possibly, because Living Room, they kind of play a little like.
I feel like C-Soul will play some of this album.
It's because it's got like EDM.
No. Pins.
Yeah, there we go. That's where I was trying to get to. Pins. I could definitely see this in Pins. It's just that type of, it's dance music, like dance hall music. Like, literally, like, you're going to be up, moving around. It's not a lot of, like,
bars being spit.
Yeah, bars. It's not even a lot of lyrics being spit. It's a lot of harmonies and a lot of, like, one bridge things. It's basically letting the music speak for itself. So I'll just say it like that.
I feel you. And then also, too, Beyonce dropped her song 2 weeks ago. What's the name of it again?
Something Soul. Shit. My bad. Hold on.
Me personally, I didn't listen to it all
the way.
Break
My Soul.
Break My Soul. Yeah, I didn't listen to it because, again, I'm not discrediting Beyonce. She is an icon in the music business for what she's done. She's a big influencer on a lot of women. I give her all the flowers she deserves, but it's just when she does anything,
it goes crazy,
over the top, and it's like.
But that goes to, okay. This goes to my other point. She did the same type of music that Drake just did. She made the Break My Soul joint is another dance, house type beat or house type song. So I see the evolution of this
dance hall house party type.
Yeah, this is about to be the wave of music that niggas is about to hop on here very, very soon. I mean, we seen The Weeknd do it not too long ago.
But I just feel like I feel like certain artists can do that given their
their stardom. Yes.
Yeah, their stardom. Like The Weeknd, definitely.
Yeah.
And Chris Brown, who we're about to talk about in a minute. At one point he did that. And he did great in it. Lil Wayne, when he was going back and forth between rap and then rock, it made sense
it made sense. I wasn't too fond of the rock album too much, but yeah, I appreciate the creativity mindset that he was in though.
Exactly. I just feel like it's like you as an artist and your artist mindset had to know that, okay, I'm good with crossing over into this type of genre music while still having my lane that I, started out in.
And it's crazy too, with Drake, he just signed this new deal with Warner. So he basically has all the freedom right now in his mindset. So I feel like we're going to get a lot more projects from him that are feeling based, like how he feels, because he's not going to the label and having them tell him necessarily.
Make this album, boom, boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
He can be like, all right, bet I feel like doing this. Let's make an album, boom. And I feel like that's what this was. This was just an album just to throw out there, not like a real planned album like Certified Lover Boy was.
Mm-hmm. Granted, and that took a lot of heat too. People didn't really rock with Certified Lover Boy. I mean, granted, I feel like that was a decent Drake album.
Yeah,
granted, I feel like
it was in the midst of him and Kanye's beef.
Mm-hmm. And we waited like 2 years for it too. But that's a different story. But
yeah,
but
Beyonce though, just like again, it's like anything she does, it just goes above and beyond overboard. And it's like, I get it, she's Beyonce, but she is not a goddess. Like she's not a god. Like y'all,
she's not a god, but she is very revered in the music industry. Like,
and I understand that because she's putting in the work for that, and I gave her all the flowers for that. But it's just the fans, like
the Beehive. Please don't cancel us. That is Ty Carter that is saying this. SYM Seth is with Beyonce. I promise you,
bro. I'm not saying I'm against her, but I'm just saying like y'all, the fans. I just feel like they do too much with it. Like they purposely. Go above and beyond, and then lo and behold, the streams be ridiculous for one song.
Again, Beehive. That was Ty Carter. Ty Carter. Hit him in his DMs, not mine. But no, like I agree. Like the Beehive, Nicki Minaj's group. Like there's certain fan base.
You're right, fan groups, fan bases that just like
go crazy.
Because like I think it was like years ago the Beehive they canceled Carrie Hilson for something that she said. I'm like,
yeah, I think so. I remember.
Like everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Because I think who was it? Tank. He was on Drink Champs and he low key said, out of Destiny's Child, Kelly Rowland had a better voice.
I'm weak.
Because he worked with her and he got to see firsthand how she does.
Right.
It blew his mind away because let's just keep it real. Destiny's Child was set up for Beyonce.
Yeah.
It's not a bad. It is what it is. We're gonna enjoy all the songs, but who became the biggest star out of both groups at the time? Like, granted, it's still Destiny's Child, but starting off it was four of them, then became 3. But who was the main star? Beyonce. Not to say Kelly Rowland and Michelle Williams didn't have their own success, but Beyonce became the top tier one out of everyone else. Now, granted, Beyonce and Kelly Rowland, they family, but still, though, as an artist, she was up here.
Yeah. So, I mean, definitely. We're definitely going to see what's going to happen with Beyonce because I think how they're saying is, like, on this particular song, it was, like, Act 1. So I think there's going to be...
Lord Jesus, what's going to be Act 2?
Yeah, there's going to be multiple acts before the album. And I think the album's supposed to be coming next month, later in the month, next month. So we'll see how that goes. But again, we're getting to see the new era of music. We're about to get introduced to this new sound, this new wave. House music is about to be everywhere you walk out to.
We will see. Now... to an album that I can honestly say is Grammy worthy. There's no skips on this album. The one and only
See Breezy.
Chris Brown dropped his self-entitled album Breezy at last week. Let me tell you,
Fire. No skips. Repeat.
It don't matter what time of the day it is or what type of mood it is.
You can play it.
Put this album on, fire.
I feel like this. I mean. For me, I feel like I can play this at at a function, if I'm on the beach somewhere. Like, this is that type of music. Like, you can be out and play this and be no repercussions. Like, Niggas can't be mad at this album.
Right. And real quick, what were some of your favorite songs from this album? Me personally, mine's were, I'm biased because this was the first song that we got to hear off the album, but the bass line that he sampled is why I really like it.
Mm-hmm.
Warm Embrace. I ain't gonna lie. I just got done listening to Slide, so that's up there. What was it? Cab with him and Fabio.
Oh, yeah. Catch a Body.
Yeah. Right. The song with him and Blue and Lil Wayne, because I feel like Wayne was back in his 2000s back when his verses dropped.
Mm-hmm, I like that one.
And the song with him and her.
Pretty much, yeah. Him and Her, that was Closure.
Yeah, that's right, Closure. That's the name.
Need You Right Here with him and Bryson Tiller.
Fire.
Slide. Shit. I mean, the intro was hard.
Right.
What's that called? Till the Wheels Fall Off.
Right. I told you he snapped on that.
Mm-hmm.
I told you he did.
But with him and ESTG.
I feel like Deshaun could have been on that song too because it just fit his sound. But
yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with any song.
You said the song with him and LMA, Sex Memories, you didn't like that much.
Yeah, nah. I mean, my only critique on the album, LMA, I love her. She, and I'm not saying her as in the artist.
We get it.
Just clarification.
It just didn't help that the actual artist, her, was on this album too.
Right. But the song with LMA, I wasn't too fond of. I felt like he could have had that just by himself. It was very underwhelming in my opinion. What else? The Lil Baby record.
Addicted.
The verse itself, I feel like he could have did a little bit better, but the song was still good.
And also, too, the song with him and Bryson Tiller, I feel like Bryson Tiller's verse could have been longer.
Mm-hmm. Bro, and Bryson Tiller got another song out with Diddy right now.
Yeah, so that's already doing numbers.
He on fire right now. I mean, it's just, when you get with another superstar artist and it just can't go wrong. I don't feel like it can go wrong.
Because my thing real quick to wrap it up on his album, like, going back to like LMA and her, the artist, I just feel like whenever he does a song with both of them,
yeah,
their harmonies and their blending of the voices,
perfect. Fire.
Mm. Because with Chris Brown and her, like she has a deeper voice, so he can go like
high
octave, soprano, and she can like have that, alto, little bass, like harmonized voice, and it still blends. Mm-hmm. Him and LMA's voice, they can really mirror each other because both of them can like get up there on a high pitch and just blend with each other. So that's my take on that.
I got you. What was I about to say? It was just a great album. So I feel like he just needs his credit, bro. Like he is a fucking GOAT. Like
he is a GOAT.
I just feel like people just keep on looking down on him. Granted, yes.
For what?
just for what his past. Like people still hold on to his past, and it's just like, bro, he was young, bro. Like, granted, I do not condone hitting women. Let's get that clear first and foremost.
We were in middle school when that happened.
Yeah,
that was almost 20 years ago.
That's all I'm saying. Like, let him live. Like, this nigga is like one of the greatest performers that we have living today, and we are all gonna feel his impact when he is gone. And I was listening to Joe Budden. Ice on the Joe Budden podcast is right.
I had a feeling he was gonna go there,
but it's like, nigga, like I don't want to hear motherfuckers come out and be like he was that man when he's dead. No, nigga, give him his shit now. Like, who has been doing this long?
I mean, you could say Usher, but Usher.
Yeah, but that's like 1A and 1B to me. But like in all reality, who's doing that?
I just think with Chris Brown, like given his creative art set, not too many people his age. It's like he's 33, right?
I wasn't gonna say 32, but he's in his early 30s. We'll go with that.
But like I don't think Usher was still this athletic enough to do the moves that Chris Brown can do at the age that Usher was at.
Right.
And the fact that he can still be on beat every time we're doing certain moves that he can do is still mind blowing. And then you tie that in with his, artistry, his singing, it's like, golly, like how does he do it? You know, but
How does he do it?
but it's just like, nah, you gotta still give him his flowers. And when he was on Drink Champs, you know,
I was just finishing up that episode.
you know, he said, you know, when it's all said and done, you know, he would want to do a versus with Usher, and not just so much to see who had better hits, but just still giving the flowers that are needed.
that would see, but that's the thing though. If they do a versus, I don't think it will be that though. I don't feel like they're gonna make it to be like an homage to both of them. They're gonna put them against each other.
But
so.
the thing is, it was like, so real quick, who do you think has better overall hits, him or Usher? I'm just gonna keep it a buck. I'm just gonna say Usher. What album is Touching Confessions of Chris Brown's? His earlier albums
You might.
or Fame or not Fame,
Nah, not fair.
not Fame, but
Heartbreak on the Full Moon. I think that one.
No.
Yes. If you
no.
if we
I
really
listened to that album. That's not Touching Confessions, bro.
I don't know, bro. I think, in my opinion, I feel like Heartbreak on the Full
What was the
Moon.
one that came out before that where he had Drake on it with no guidance? What was that one?
That was after it. So that was Indigo. That was the one.
You can say Indigo probably at best.
I don't know. For me, I still need to sit with Indigo a little bit longer. Granted, that was a great album though. But
Too many songs though, but yeah.
I mean, shit. Fucking Heartbreak on the Full Moon was like 40 tracks. So I mean, he dropped 2 40 pieces back to back on us. So if we're being real about this nigga was shooting at a high percentage. But I don't know. I mean, in my opinion, I feel like that was the pinnacle of him. I mean, let me not say his height.
Not his height, but like,
that was his the best music we have gotten.
but again, his first self-titled album and then the sophomore album exclusive. Like, you can't go wrong with both of them albums because they are They have classics.
So does Heartbreak on a Full Moon.
I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying like which one holds a little bit more.
To me, Heartbreak on a Full Moon.
To me, it's is when he first started out.
I got you. I can't be mad at you because they're all good picks. Like
And then real quick with Usher too, you got to think even before Confessions came out, 8701. That right there was the setup for Confessions because the songs he had on that, it's like godly, And then he came out with Confessions. It's like who's messing with this one,
right?
But that's later down the line. But just for right now, give Chris Brown his flowers and the respect he well deserves.
Yeah, Chris Brown. That's all I gotta say to you. You're the man.
Right. And to wrap it up with these last two artists whose albums, one dropped the album, one dropped the deluxe, but
Brent Faiyaz dropped a single to his upcoming album, and that is going to be fire. I cannot wait. July 8th or July 9th.
Oh shoot, that's during my birthday week. All right, bet.
Niggas about be acting bad.
Oh,
niggas about to be toxic here soon.
Oh Lord, we don't need it. We don't need no more toxic niggas right now.
Man, I mean, shoot, Chris Brown just gave us the toxic anthem. He was fucking on every track, but that's neither here nor there. But Brent Faiyaz, like I said, July 9th, album coming. He just dropped a single called "Price of Fame." Maybe my sleeper. Don't know yet. But yeah, love that song. That is granted, my only thing is that he could have broke it up in like 4 different parts. Like he had 4 different transitions that could have been 4 separate songs by themselves. But it was still fire though. But yeah, can't wait for him. Lil DURK.
I'm gonna let you take this one.
All right. Hot take. If I had a hot take button, I would push it right now. I love Lil DURK. Been rocking with him since I was in fucking middle school. Fucking Streets on Lock. Or not Streets on Lock. What mixtape was that? Damn. Something Streets though. I'm a fact
Some
check.
streets.
I'm a fact check myself in a minute. But man, I didn't need that deluxe though. I'm gonna just keep it a beam with y'all. That was definitely a whole album by itself with those 13 tracks. He could have definitely put that out by itself and marketed it as a different thing. But yeah, I didn't need the deluxe. I mean, granted, those songs are fire. They still hit, but that the original 7220. Man,
That was enough.
That was
just
enough. I feel that's album of the year to me, or that's up there for album of
Album of the year.
Let me say it right. Hip hop album of the year.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but yeah, for me, that's what that is. But I don't know. They also brought a good point too. What is the incentive of these niggas dropping all these damn deluxes on top of big ass full length albums already? So I'm like,
I always felt like a deluxe album was just songs that didn't make the actual album.
that's what it's supposed to be. But you're only supposed to have a few of them though, not like
Not the same amount on your album.
Yeah, I'm just like, bro, what you could have just put that out as something totally different. You didn't need to do all that. But I don't know. I just wonder that part. I'm like, what incentive do they get money for adding more to the existing album? Are they trying to chase another #1 album of the week or of the month or whatever the case may be? I don't know. I would like that information, but I don't know. I feel like Dirk didn't need to do that, but definitely 7220. The first installment. The first installment.
Fire. Now, to wrap it up with the SYM topic, I personally didn't have nothing until I was on Instagram, and I seen a particular video that it didn't strike a nerve because I don't have kids, but it's just the mindset is what I had a problem with. So, long story short, there's a video on Instagram of this woman talking, going off on her baby daddy and stuff like that. Now, the story was he bought food for their child. Keyword, their child. He brought their child food, but she has 2 or 3 other kids that she has by other men, and she got mad because he only brought her food for their child that they have. Mm-hmm. Here's my thing. Again, we don't have kids, so we don't know what that's like to take care of someone else's kids. But
no, sir.
But this is my thing. This is my thing when it comes to taking care of someone else's kid. If you didn't want to have the kid in the first place, why still go through with that process of sleeping with the potential baby daddy that you didn't want to have a child with? That's my thing, because stuff like this can happen. Say you and someone else creates another life.
Right.
That's that other person's responsibility. Now, yes, they can help take care of the other child that, your baby mom or your baby dad has, but they don't have any ties to them because they don't share the same blood as them. That's not saying they don't, they're not going to, treat the kid like their own, but it's kind of hard for them to really do when they don't share a single ounce of me in them. But we have this child that we created. I'm going to take care of him or take care of them, given if it's a boy or a girl, but still, that's my child that we had. Half of me is in them. Of course, I'm going to take care of them, but especially if we break up and we still are in good communication with said child, why am I obligated to still give, to still take care of your kids that you have with other people? Like that's not my responsibility.
Right.
So what's your take on that?
Well, I would just say that's more or less just like, I don't know. It's like, why I do get the point of trying not to be with somebody or go ahead with the action of having intercourse with someone that you don't want to have a baby with. But at that point in time, I don't think people are actually like thinking about the repercussions. They are just.
I feel like
they're
they
moving
do
so fast.
But I feel like they do. They just don't want to actually put that into forefront. They just see it as a moment. Mm-hmm. They're in the moment. They love it. But then when reality kicks in after that fantasy moment is over, right, they're like, I don't want to have a baby with them.
Right.
To see how they are afterwards is like, because again, it's a setup to get in the draws, bottom line, because a YouTuber, MTR, shout out to him. Great content, by the way. He made a statement that actually I feel like is true. Men control relationships, women control sex. If you kind of think about it.
Say that one more time for me.
Men control relationships, women control sex. And right, I feel like
break that down to me.
Because I feel like when it comes to sex, women have the right to say no.
Of course.
Because at the end of the day, 9 times out of 10, who is getting more approached to have sex with? Men to women or women to men?
Women to men.
Right. So if a dude approaches a chick,
Or men to women, my fault.
right. So if a dude approaches a chick and, say like, hey, trying to, boom, 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 she either has the option to say yes or no.
Right.
More likely is going to be no. But when she says yes, she is giving herself to another man,
Mm-hmm.
and then X, Y, and Z happens. Now, if that happens consistently,
A relationship is going to happen.
not even just a relationship. If you just want to say, hey, this is my little sneaky link, this is my boom, 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 you keep doing that with that mindset. And if you start going raw, a baby can be formed.
For sure.
But then again, going back to reality,
But that's when that talk needs to happen between two people. Like you just said, the going in raw aspect. I mean, if you already know, if you're both okay with that, then I mean, you
both sign up
Yeah,
for
you're both
what's bound to
co-signing.
happen
Yeah.
down the line.
potentially.
Potentially, So that happens. But then also too, this is where it can be flipped too. Say if a woman approaches a guy and she wants to have sex with them, she already had a picture in her mind on who she wants to have sex with.
Mm-hmm.
She was already going to give up the draws to the dude that she already picked out that she wanted to sleep with.
Man, that is like the best feeling in the world when you don't even have to do nothing and they just walk up to you. Sometimes that's scary though. That's definitely scary.
That's why, in a way, that is scary though, because again, you don't know how the chick moves.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what other dude has been up inside of her.
I'd be like, damn, who are you?
That's what I'm saying. That's
I mean,
what,
nice to meet you, but
and
who
that's
are
where
you?
and that's where soul ties low key come into fact
Yeah.
too. Because again, you like having multiple bodies. You could say like, yeah, I got this amount of bodies for the clout, but in reality, it's not really the best because again, you have so many people that you gave yourself to, man or female,
Succubus.
and then you got to think too, who else have they have intercourse with?
Right.
What other people have they let inside of them affect you? Because bottom line is you're transferring like sub back and forth with each other during sex. So you may be like this cool, person that don't get too agitated, but you had sex with someone, you start acting different, and if you got like your real tight friend group, they know your, characteristics,
Yeah.
they gonna call yo like, yo, wait,
good?
yeah, like what's going on with you? You've been kind of like acting different since you slept with boom boom boom, but then reality hits. That's where it came from,
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like when it comes to relationships, in a way, I just feel like I had to kind of like go back and dive into this myself, but I feel like when it comes to relationships, like because at the end of the day, men, we are supposed to be the head in the relationship,
Facts.
and this is more so the fact like. We're not saying like, women don't have a say so and like they're supposed to, just bow down to us. No, we're not saying that, but
We're supposed to be the ones that lead.
exactly. And I just feel like, nowadays not enough men know how to lead a relationship, let alone you have a lot more women trying to act like men to where it's like they feel like they can lead a relationship, but it's like at the end of the day, that's not what it's set up for.
That was nasty. Do you feel like that also is a cause that, a lot of males don't have a figure father in the household?
Father figure, yes and no. I just feel like it's just how you go about the non-father figure in your life.
Because I feel like, of course, we want to salute to all the women that are wearing the pants as mother and father.
But at the end of the
you still-
day,
yeah, you still need that an actual father figure.
you need an actual male figure in
Yeah.
that child's life, especially if you're a single mother with a son, because you can't be a mother and teach a son how to be a man.
Right.
And if you're a single father with a daughter, you can't teach your daughter how to be a woman.
That's how I feel like we get these masculine men or masculine women and these
Feminine men.
Yeah.
Because if there's no male figure in that child's life, if it's a boy, and if there's no female figure in that child's life, if it's a girl, they're going to grow up thinking, oh, this is how it's supposed to be. But again, you're a woman growing up and you're seeing that mindset from a male, and that could have been a tragedy if that Stanley Cup failed on the ice.
I thought he dented it though.
Nah, they saved it. but yeah, it's just more to the fact like,
No, it says damage.
oh wow. I missed it.
Public as fuck.
But nothing's worse than what happened when the Stanley Cup fell off that truck.
Oh yeah.
or was it a FIBA trophy?
I think it was a FIBA.
But still, but going back to the initial topic, I just feel like, you know, when it comes to like the single parent household, it's just more so the fact like, if you and your other partner fall out, and that partner and your child's father parent figure decides to not be in that child's life, I just feel like it's in a way on your responsibility as that parent to surround that child with the figures that they need to be around growing up. Because I feel like if they don't have that, then they're gonna probably only know something from one mindset, not another mindset that they need at the time. You know, and I feel like, in going back to the initial story, it's just more so, it just goes to back to the fact like, look, no one told you to have other kids prior to this relationship that you got in with this dude that ultimately y'all had a kid with. So bottom line is, it seemed like they were broken up, but the bottom line is this: why is he obligated to take care of other men's kids and still take care of the kid that he created with said you? Like, that's not his responsibility. If we break up and we have a kid,
I'm still gonna do my due diligence, but
as be a father to that child that we made, I'm not obligated to take care of other men's kids when you had kids with them. Right. That's not my responsibility. That's their responsibility. Now, if
I'm trying to be with you, but not them kids.
Right. Now, granted, if you would have, like, again, I don't know said details that happened with this, but if you would have said, hey, can you pick up some food for the kids, that would have been fine. But again, I don't know what happened with this conversation with said child and said parent, but it just probably sounded like the child like, hey, Dad, can you bring me some food? Yeah, I got you, son. And then he bring it to the mom's house. He probably didn't know her other kids were there at the time, and he just brought food for their child. Right. But you, as the mother, got mad when he brought food for y'all's child, not your other children you have with other men. You're mad about that, when really you should be mad at your baby daddies, keyword daddies,
plural.
You should have hit them up like, hey, you get some food, like something like that. Like, just, I'm just saying, but like, I just feel like you can't blame another man for not taking care of your other kids if y'all break up, especially if y'all have a kid together. Because again,
I'm only not focused on my kid.
Exactly. I'm not bonded through blood by them. That's you and their fathers that you had sex with, that you created life with. That's on y'all. Me and you, we have a life together with our kid. That's my responsibility to take care of, not your other kids. Facts. If we break up. Now, we together, yeah, I got them. But still, bottom line is like, I'm not, those are my kids, but I'm going to, treat them like as if they were.
I'm still going to treat them as family.
Now, to wrap it up, this is a question that I'm going to ask, men and women on this too. Say you got married to a chick and, she had a prior relationship before you and she ended up having a kid by that. Right. And, y'all, still end up being together. Y'all tied a knot, y'all married, boom, boom, boom. Now, the question becomes, are you putting that child on your taxes, or are you just going to leave that to your wife and her other baby daddy?
I'll let them have it their way. They can have
and low-key, that's where I was at too.
We still breaking bread, me and you, like the woman and the man, after you do what you need to do with the baby daddy and the son. Me and you still breaking that other half that you getting though. we gonna make
because
I
feel like where a lot of dudes go mess up that is like if they put another person's child on their taxes, that can backfire on them, because say if them and their mother break up, guess what? You now will have to pay child support with someone else's child that you're taking care of that's not yours. Right. And I feel like that's where a lot of men go wrong with.
And that crazy enough, that's like a scheme that motherfuckers really be
doing. Yeah.
Doing. Like, I mean, granted, I don't got no kids, but you get a
but then like but like say like if a man doesn't do that, the woman gets mad at him for not
claiming,
for not even claiming, but protecting himself. Right. That's like in another way of a prenuptial agreement. Like, I'm not about to, like, you gonna sign this because I don't want in a way, I'm not trying to mess up nothing that you potentially can mess up or get.
Yeah.
And in this scenario, I'm not gonna put someone that's a child on my, information because you and the child's father or the child's mother fell out. Like I'm not doing that. Now, if we have a kid, okay, yes, he's automatically going on there because that's something me and you created. That child's blood has mine in it, has half of my blood in it and half of yours. So that's ultimately going to be my responsibility.
Right.
But another person's kid, I'm sorry, I'm a love them, but I really can't do nothing as far as like claim them because I can't.
Access denied.
Exactly.
Well, you heard it here first, y'all. Ty Carter, sign off. Wrapping up. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe.
Keep running them numbers up, and probably at the time of this recording, we will do a reaction to Chris Brown's album. Not the entire album, but probably just songs that we said on here that we like that we just gonna give our own opinion on.
Just probably the same way we did the Kendrick album. We're probably gonna pick 3 or 4 songs and 3 or 4 songs each, and just go back and forth like that.
Right.
But yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Spotify, Anchor, Apple, Patreon, YouTube. Yeah, all that good shit. So, it's your boy Seth.
It's your boy TY.
Speak Your Mind 2.0 SYM Networks. Speak your mind.
We gone.
Speaking your mind, that's what I be talking about. I'm speaking my mind, my mind.